right, we're here with Robbie, and thanks for joining us, Robbie. We're here to talk a bit about emotions, Robbie, and can you explain to everyone why your emotions might be a little bit different?
Well, mainly because of P transist. It's like it's there, and you'll find the P stands for a part, that has more electrons, and the N part has less.
So, if someone falls over in front of you, Robbie, and they get upset and they're crying, do you think that you would probably struggle to feel the emotion of what that person is going through?
Yes, but I would help them.
So you would help them,
But
you might not be able to feel
what they're feeling.
And why might that be? That's what we want to talk about. Why do you think you would struggle to feel what someone else might be feeling?
Well, as I said, there's a few transistors.
So you've got these transistors, and, in short, can you explain these transistors for everyone?
Well, you'll find that one of the transistors amplifies feeling what other people feel, which is usually a very tiny, tiny, tiny current in the base.
Yep.
Such a tiny one, it makes almost no effect.
You've got this wonderful scientific explanation for how you process and feel emotions, Robbie. Now, again, why do you think it might be so important to learn a little bit more emotional intelligence, do you think? Why is that important?
Really, to activate the transistor, right now they actually need to bypass the transistor.
So we've got to, I suppose, exercise this transistor into learning a bit more how to feel certain emotions, so that people can connect with us a little bit better. What do you think?
Actually, it's not the transistor's problem.
Okay.
It's just a tiny microprocessor stopping it. Microprocessors can be found in computers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And some information goes in, and it tells it not to send a signal into the base. So really, they need to get rid of that microprocessor.
So if you're upset, Robbie, and someone helps you, I suppose, with something, how does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel like I want to be left alone.
Oh, you want to be left alone, do you, when you're upset? There hasn't been times when you've felt like you need help with anything?
Sometimes there is. Really, it's quite complicated, actually.
Yep.
Down to the middle.
So when you get a bit upset over something that might be causing you a lot of stress, do you think you feel better helping yourself first, or do you think you feel better when someone else helps you?
I feel better alone. And can I talk about the other transistor now?
Yeah, okay, quickly. What's the other transistor?
Well, it's the one that switches from emotional and non-emotional. Unlike Karen, my teacher, she doesn't need to bypass it because of non-emotionality.
Your teacher, Karen, doesn't need to bypass it. Is that right? Well, teachers they're wonderful in helping to support and make you feel a part of the classroom. And if you need help with homework or anything that you're learning in class, that's what teachers are there for, to help teach you.
As I said, I don't really learn much.
You don't learn much because you feel...
Because really, I'm kind of smarter than everyone else in the class.
And that's a good thing, Robbie. And, as I said before, when we were talking off air, you are very intelligent, super intelligent, and perhaps so smart that, yes, you need more challenging activities or challenges in the classroom to feel more emotions, perhaps? What do you think?
Actually, it's not an emotional situation.
Just to feel perhaps more intellectually challenged and stimulated, do you think?
As I said, it is not an emotional situation.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Well, for me, it seems like an education situation.
An education situation. Very well explained there, Robbie. Very well done. And any final words there, Robbie?
Well, the transistor
Transistors.
actually, you'll find makes me emotional or non-emotional when there's power to the base of it. Then the emotional thing gets amplified and is better, well as... Yeah,
all right, here's a good final question for you. What's something that makes you feel emotional?
Well, actually, there's not really many things, but here's an example.
I know what gets you emotional, Robbie.
What?
It's when things change according to your plan or rules. You get very distressed and you get highly frustrated when things go differently to your plan. Yes, you don't like change, do you?
I know.
That gets you fairly emotional, I reckon.
Well, something that gets me non-emotional that stops the transistor.
Oh, all right. What stops the transistor?
Well, really, some cases when I'm doing something that's scientific and someone wants me to put an emotional thing in there, they don't really go together well. So then a big impulse gets sent from the middle, goes through a lot of components, electrical components, and then eventually it gets to that tiny microprocessor and turns off the base.
I have a feeling that you're going to one day study a field called neuroscience and you're going to do brilliantly in something to do with science, Robbie. Thank you very much for participating in the interview.
And not only that, but the transistor...
We could be here all day talking transistors, couldn't we? We're out of time, Robbie. We better get back to work, but thank you very much.
The transistor... Yeah, you'll find that when I'm non-emotional, sometimes they put a wire over it to bypass it. It's not as good then, but still, it's a last resort.
I love how you've grabbed my hand there before I hit the off button on the recording device here, Robbie. You've grabbed my hand to just stop me from pressing the stop button. You had to get your final word in there.
And not only that, but so you'll find that once I was writing a poem about rain and I said makes me feel happy, and they had to bypass the transistor to make me do that.
Well, there you go.
And I also did a rushed diagram, to show Melissa what was going on.
Melissa, your other teacher?
Yes,
There
my
you go.
helper.
Robbie, thank you very much. We'll be in touch again very, very soon. Say bye to everyone.